Chapter number 11, Loops and Iterators. So in our previous chapter, we learned about if, elif, else statement. So that is useful if you know the condition and you want to choose between different conditions. But if you want to run anything in a continuous loop, loop can be, for example, if you want to run a sequence of statement for 100 times. For example, you won't use a if else statement there. You need a thing something like for loop or a while loop. Um, Now, for loop is used for iterating over a sequence. Now, sequence can be a list, a tuple, a dictionary, a set. Also, it can be a string. So if a string is, let's say, hello world, and you want to run the loop for each character of the string, you can do that. Similarly, we know that list, tuple, dictionary, set, they store it a value or a key value pair. And if you want to run it via individual value or key value pair, you can do that using using for loop. Similarly, while loop can execute a set of statement as long as the condition is true. Yeah. So in while loop, you can say while the value of x is 3, kind of keep running the loop. So it is kind of keep running it till the value is 3. As soon as x becomes 4, just come out of the loop. So as simple as that. Now there are three things you can add inside a loop. So first is break statement. Now, to explain a break statement, for example, you have given a loop of 100 for x, run a for loop for 100 loops, but as soon as the value of the x variable x is 50, just come out of the loop. In case the value of the loop is 50, just don't run the loop, just come out of the loop. So you will give a statement, break statement there. On contrary, the continue statement is if you run the for loop for 100 times, but you don't want to run the 50th when the variable value x is 50. So you can say when it's 50, just continue. Don't run any statement in the for loop or while loop. When the value is certain value, just don't run it. Just continue with the next iteration. And the range is now Python provides this range function, uh, and it returns a sequence of number starting from 0 by default and increment by 1 by default and end at a specific number which you have provided in the range. Now we'll see an example of all this break continue range in the for loop and in the while loop. Let's see an example of a for loop. So what I've done is, as we know, square bracket means list, and I've assigned inner fruits. I've assigned, created a list called fruit with apple, banana, cherry, and I'm doing a for loop um, of all the fruits. So the value of x is a iterable value. So first time the value x will have the value apple. The second time it will have banana, and third time it will have cherry. And each time it will print and the value. Similarly, if I have got a for loop um, and my loop is to run the string is banana, I want x. So x will have each time x will have in the for loop, it will have a value of each character of the banana. We'll see that. Let's save this and let's run this. All right. So first time in this for loop, it has run the value of x becomes apple, banana, and cherry, and each time um, the print statement has been executed and we got our apple, banana, cherry. And the second time the banana word banana, the value x gets each character of the banana because that's how you can work and the for loop works, and you print x where it prints banana out here. Now, interesting thing to see, as with the if statement, the end of the if statement and end of the for statement, it requires a colon. Yep. Now, let's have a look at slightly different. So let me comment this, and it requires a space. Comment this, and comment this, and space. And let me uncomment this, and let me do that as well. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Okay, there you go. That's so what I'm trying to do here is in a for loop for of the fruit similar to the previous one. I'm printing the fruit, but in case if statement, in case the value of x is banana, which is our second fruit, then stop the loop. So don't bother going anything. So here it'll come out of the loop as soon as it encounters banana. And in the continue statement, I'm saying in a for loop, if I if the value of x is banana, then don't do anything. Continue in this for loop. So it'll go to the line number 18 and it'll execute the next value of x. So let's run this. So in our first example here, um, it has run it apple and banana, and after banana it has come out of the loop. So and here, uh, as soon as it got banana, it said go to line number 18 and run the next iteration of the for loop. So we didn't print any banana here. So there you go. So we have learned about for loop and the, the break and continue statement here. Next example is nested for loop. So so yep, PyCharm is complaining about this, and it'll stop complaining, and one space extra line and save. So I've got here adj, my variable is, and I've got a list here um, of red, big, tasty, and the fruit I've got the same as apple, banana, cherry as last time, and I want to run this in a uh, nested for loop. So my adj fruit, so it'll run this in 3 times, but inside, so every time a value of x is red, it'll try and run this 3 times, one for apple, one for banana, one for cherry, and it'll print the combination. So let's see how it behaves. So run nested loops. So first time I get uh, red apple, this one, then red banana, then red cherry, uh, then big apple, big banana, and you got the point there, I guess. So that's our nested loop. Next, we will use the range function in the for loop. So I made sure there is no error, no warning, no error in my example. So let me explain you this one. So let's clear this one, and yes. So range can have 1 or 2 or 3 parameters. So in first case, I'm basically saying range of 6. So we know the default value of the range is starting with 0 is the default value, and increment by 1 is the default value. So let's go back to our program and execute this. Okay, before that, let me put a okay, 2 should be enough, and let's run it again. Okay, so first one runs from 0 to 5. So I'm saying for x x in range 6, print x. So here it starts from 0 and it will increment by 1 by default, and it'll run 6 times. So each time when I print it, so it'll run the x value of x will have a value of 0 up to 5, and once it has completed 6 iteration, it'll come out of the for loop. So there you go. In the second example, it'll start from 2, run till 6. So this is the starting position, and this is the end position. Increment is 1, so it will run from 2 to position number 6, which is 5, and you get 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, print that. And in the third iteration, I'm basically saying start from 2, go till 30, but increment not by 1 but by 3. So the default incrementation, we are making it to 3. So here the first value of x is 2, the second value of x is increment 2 by 3, which is 5, and third is 8, and so on and so forth. It'll run till the index is 30, which is 29, number 29, and then it'll stop. Finally, let's have a look at the while loop. There you go. My program is nice and no error, as you can see. Uh, so aim is to show you some different combination of while loop. So uh, let me run this, and I will be able to, and let's put a print statement here to demarcate our output. Yep, let's run it again, save it, and run the while loop. Okay, what happened here? Okay, so basically I'm here saying value of I is 1, and then if value of I is less than 6, keep running this for loop. Yeah, so if I don't have this statement here, if I comment this while loop will run infinitely, and you will have your program will consume all your memory, and then it'll give code dump, or yeah, it'll break at some point of time. So you need to give some conditional statement. So here I'm saying increment the for loop. We already know what this does. So it'll say I equal to I plus 1. So it'll increment. So when this statement is running for the first time, the value of I will be 2. In line number 4, it'll say if 2 is less than 6, yes, it is less than 6, and it'll continue. So here we can see the output is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the sixth iteration, it'll come to line number 4 and say is 6 less than 6, the value is no, it'll come out of the loop. Now let's see an example of break and continue statement. So similarly I'm doing uh, but I'm saying if the value of I is 3, just come out of the loop, don't bother running any more loop. So here we can see it has run for 3 times, printed 1, 2, 3, and then it decided to come out of the loop. And lastly, the continue statement, we know when continues there, then it says don't bother running any part of current iteration, go to the line number 21 and run the next iteration. So The output here you can see it has skipped number 3, but it has printed 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. So that's our for loop, while loop, and range. We have gone through all of the different variation of loop with break statement and continue statement in it. So um, yeah, keep practicing, and yeah, do practice all the different variation of the loops, and we will look at the function in our next session. I have provided the links in the description below for the Python and PyCharm download. I have also recommended 3 Python books to enhance your knowledge. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching.